Hey, Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. Today we are looking at Halloween Boy from Operation Monster Force. This is an interesting one because it was created by somebody outside of, I believe outside of Fresh Monkey Fiction's normal creative process. And I actually did sit down and look at the bio because I was curious about what the heck this guy is. As you can see, created by Dave Baker. So this, I don't know if this is an existing character or something that they worked with Dave Baker to put into Operation Monster Force. I don't know exactly the story, but Halloween Boy is kind of a third party, an archaeologist for hire, super scientist and warlock. Halloween Boy had a simple mission: help those who cannot help themselves. The biography is pretty interesting, but what I like is the part at the end where it says, yes, he is committed to helping Declan Van Helsing thwart the Forgotten King's plans, but first chance he gets, he's going to kill Count Dracula, who, if you know the lore of Operation Monster Force, is technically a good guy in this narrative. So I like that. I like a character who's kind of outside of the fighting forces, doing his own thing. And also, you know, look at that. Halloween. Could he be more Halloween-y? So let's open it up and take a look. And the reason I'm doing this one now, he kind of jumped ahead. Oh, here we go. Discover more Halloween Boy at www.heydavebaker.com, which I will do as soon as I'm done with this review. That's a sticker, by the way, so that was added on to this packaging. It was a little extra. So I'm reviewing this one a little out of order from what I had intended, because I want anybody to have the opportunity, like, that watches this and thinks, oh, you know what, I'd like to have a Halloween Boy figure for Halloween. So if you watch this now, you should have time, if you choose the correct shipping, to get this from BigBad in time to have it for Halloween. Beautiful backdrop in this one. Look at that. That's gorgeous. That will make a nice thumbnail. So yeah, I went ahead and got him in the review rotation, because he is a little I don't know if stripped down is the right word, but aside from his bright color and unique portrait, there is not as much compelling here as there is with some of the other figures I have to review. He's certainly an interesting looking, unique character, and certainly very seasonal. But like I said, I just wanted to give people the opportunity, if they see this and are like, oh yeah, I'd like to get one of those, so you'll have time to get it in your hands for your Halloween toy photography, if you will. Oh, interesting. Oh, okay. I thought it was just kind of like flaming, which, I mean, it can be flaming off like that, but there you go. So rather than a full-on, like, engulfed in flame type situation, it's just kind of on the blade there. I like it. Look at that. Look how interesting that is. We'll take a look at that in a second. Okay, Halloween Boy, bright orange, very appealing to the eye. Will definitely pop on the shelf, as I like to say. It is sort of a standard Operation Monster Force troop buck, I suppose. I would love to see, and this just now occurred to me, and it should have occurred to me a long time ago, I would love to see Dan Brereton's Nocturnals in this line. How awesome would that be? So he's got the standard web gear with some specific plug-in stuff going on here, like all of the other Operation Monster Force figures. The stuff is modular and can be swapped out for other items. But since he is a specific character, my guess is that these items are meant to be, I mean, you can do whatever you want once you get the figure, but that he's got these specific things for a reason, like a design reason. Got the same plate in the chest that can be swapped out. He's got a sheath over here, pouch, some, I don't know what, syringes or something over there maybe. But this orange is so dynamic. I'm really digging this color. This is great. He is, I mean, he's going to stand out. This is different from any trooper you might have. Although I suppose we wouldn't consider him a trooper. So this is just a his tactical battle garment. This combination of the wild, like, I don't know what, I thought this was a collar in the initial stuff, but it's just a really weird helmet design, like the little skull on the forehead, the domino mask, and then that smile. You know, he has very pulpy vibes. You got the standard articulation you can expect from 1/12 scale figures these days. Operation Monster Force uses a little hardier feeling plastic than some of the mass market stuff we're used to. So sometimes the joints take a little extra effort to get moving, but they are sturdy and solid. That's standard ankle articulation, or I guess standard modern ankle articulation. Got those drop down hips that everything has now. Thigh swivel. I mean, this is, you know, if you've got any modern 1/12 scale figures, you know what to expect from this articulation. And everything works very nicely. The tactical vest is removable. You can see the peg right there. I'm not going to take it off because I don't want to bother putting it back on. And I like that they've painted the seams on the suit rather than just leaving everything orange. It really adds a extra layer of dimensionality to it that just wouldn't be there if it was all orange. He definitely has sort of a rescue vibe. I mean, outside of the name Halloween Boy, which kind of tips the whole orange situation, he does have a, you know, rescue worker look to him. But then you get to this head that is, you know, completely outside of that. Like I said, very pulpy head. Got some alternate hands to take a look at here, as we do with all Operation Monster Force figures. Fist for punching and just open hands for gesturing or interacting with larger accessories. Got a blaster. Look at that painted bullet in there that I think is new. I don't think we've seen this in the line before, but I'm not positive. But it's got a great paint job on it. Like, it looks, it's got wear painted on, but it's not like corny looking like washes can look sometimes. It just looks good. Looks like a solid metal weapon. Take a closer look at the sword that we looked at before. Beautiful paint job. Get the black hilt. We've got that skull. Or not even really a skull. I mean, that's straight up just a portrait of something. Sort of Dracula looking. And then the removable flame effect that clips on very nicely, by the way. It's just using friction to stay on, but it stays on. I mean, it is on there. That's some good engineering. Then we've got a couple of bags of other accessories. One is the display stand. Same as all the other Operation Monster Force display stands. Has that sort of tombstone look, and then the tampo, the character's name on the front. I like them. They're classy. I've been using them, and once I need the space that they take up, I will take all of the figures off of them and put the display stands in the drawer with all of the extra accessories. But for now, I think they look neat. I like how the display stands look, so I'm going to leave them on there. I'm going to keep using them. But it is limiting. As I've mentioned, you know, when you've got two pegs like that and you use both of them, you do kind of get everybody just sort of standing there. I don't know if I took enough of a look at his boots. I'm sure we've seen them before, but those are just some great looking boots. Great sculpt, laces look good. Treads on the bottom. I love one of the, for years and years and years, I've always been sort of delighted by well sculpted boot treads. It's just fun to see. All right, and then we've got two more bags, a bag and a bag. This bag is the standard blast effects, the trailing smoke, and just some different blast effects for the blasters. And then we've got a couple of elbow pads, which I will be using. I dig that. I think that adds something to the character. I'm not 100% sure if they're supposed to go on that way or if I've got them on upside down. But I am just not going to worry about it right now. So there you go. See, the elbow pads kind of just add a little something there. Got two hand blasters, both with nice paint jobs on them. Whoop. There we go. And ports for blast effects. Got an extra pouch to go on that web gear. Got a suppressor, I believe. Oh, maybe not. I thought that went on there. Seems like that should go on there. But it's a little snug. I mean, that's about as far down as I can push it without getting uncomfortable with how much pressure I'm putting on it. So there's that. And then the knife. Great metallic paint on that blade. Look at that. Sides are sculpted differently. Looks great. Slide that in there. Okay. And gear him up. Look at these hand blasters in the holsters. You know, it's funny, the holsters don't look all that, like they're so flat and square. They just don't seem like, okay, well, these aren't going to be like a perfect fit. They just kind of go in there. But they do. They fit really well. Look good. The extra pouch, I mean, if you want to, you could stick it in the back there. Why not? Why not give him a back pouch? You know why not? Because I don't feel like fiddling with it right now. That's why not. So there you go. Halloween Boy from Operation Monster Force. Very, very Halloween-y figure. It was a must-have for me just because it's so specifically themed. But as far as the overall Operation Monster Force line goes, I don't know if I can say it's a must-have. I don't know how well it fits into what your story of Operation Monster Force might be. I know there have been, because you can't buy everything, and there have been a couple of things that I've said, you know what, this just isn't going to fit with how I'm collecting. But happy to have this. It's very different. It's going to look great on the shelf. And I mean, regardless of anything else, it's a great quality figure. So there you go. I think if you get on now, you can still get it in time for Halloween. So check out BigBadToyStore.com. Get yourself a Halloween boy. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about Needless Things. And until next time, buy what you like.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.